News at 9.
A dog bit a man while he was walking on the sidewalk, and now it's being tested for rabies, according to animal control officers. I'm Maureen Wirtz. Coming up, why there are more dog bites than ever this time of year.
Times are tough out there, and for small businesses, it's a really tough time. We'll introduce you to some people fighting to bring business back to their shopping centers.
After 2 deadly fires in less than 6 months, people living in this mobile home community are preparing for the worst. I'm Melina Mathis. I'll show you how coming up.
You've probably heard that iPhones and iPads are safe from hackers, right? Well, not anymore. I'm Laura Berry. Crooks are hacking and then shutting down your device until you pay a ransom. I'll show you a few easy steps you can take to protect yourself.
Beware of the health department. I'm Bill Steckes. I'll show you why it says dogs are not allowed at this downtown canine coffee shop anymore.
From Omaha's only hour of primetime news, this is the Fox 42 News at 9.
Well, we've issued a potentially dangerous dog declaration to this owner. We did 89 of those in 2013.
The latest one just this morning after a pit bull tears into an Omaha man, and police say it's the owner's fault. Good evening. I'm Ashley Ritchie.
And I'm Monty Torres. Thank you for joining us. An Omaha man is healing tonight. That's after a pit bull attacked him as he walked down the sidewalk. The dog is quarantined and will be tested for rabies. Animal control officers say it was running loose in a yard when it bit the man on the elbow. The owner will have to pay several $100s in fines. And the dog is now labeled as potentially dangerous, which means its owner has to take out plenty of insurance, keep it muzzled, and take the dog to training classes.
I do apologize on what happened to the person that happened to. I definitely apologize to. Willing to more than pay for their injuries. But overall, yeah, I definitely agree with everything that's, with the laws and everything. So I will be abiding by them. I definitely will be abiding by them from now on.
Williams also says that he believes his dog only scratched the man and that it was a misunderstanding.
Police say the attack might not have happened if its owner had been following the law.
The dog wasn't on a leash, and that's not the only thing. Fox 42's Maureen Wirtz breaks down what all dog owners need to know to stay on the right side of the law and keep their dog and others safe.
Dogs are all Fox 42 News.
Now, in Omaha, certain breeds of dogs always have to be on a leash and muzzled when they're outside unless they're securely fenced in your yard. Some of those breeds include pit bulls, American bulldogs, and Staffordshire bull terriers.
New laws and harsher punishment for neglectful dog owners started back in 2008 after a dog ripped the scalp off of a baby. 2-year-old Charlotte Blevins and her mother Wendy were attacked by a pit bull when they were walking outside. Charlotte had multiple surgeries for years after the bite. The family pushed for harsher punishment for dog owners, and Governor Dave Heineman changed the punishment from 1 week in jail to a year in jail. He also added a $1,000 fine if the dog attacked again. And Fox 42 has been covering various dog bites throughout the year. Back in April, an English bulldog bit a 9-year-old girl in the face. The little girl had to have reconstructive surgery. And another dog bite in Council Bluffs last June sent one kid to the emergency room. This picture is hard to look at, but this is the kid's arm after the dog bit him. He ended up getting 13 stitches. The dog owner talked to Fox 42 and said he felt horrible for the little boy and later put the dog down. The little boy is doing fine.
Some local Omaha shopping plazas are a lot emptier these days as older businesses close or move out. Well, now neighbors say they're working hard to keep up their own stores as they wait for new ones to move in. Fox 42's Paul Gutierrez is here to explain one plaza's fight to back up to full strength. Paul?
Well, when you think of small business, at some point, perhaps more merchants will move in here.
Let's hope things continue to pick up for him, Paul. Thanks. A couple of new merchants have already, in fact, moved into Countryside. The plaza's owner tells us tonight he's confident spaces will be leased because it's part of the business cycle.
An Omaha man has died tonight after a fire ripped through his home. 57-year-old Craig Furr was found unresponsive while firefighters were investigating a mobile home fire just after midnight in Maplewood Estates near 129th and Maple. Furr was pulled from the home and taken to the hospital in critical condition. A paramedic performed CPR on the way to the hospital, but he was pronounced dead. The homicide unit is investigating this death. Firefighters have not released the cause of the fire, but say it started in the living room. And this is the second deadly fire in that trailer park in less than 6 months. Fox 42's Melina Mathis was there today. People living there tell her they worry about their safety.
News.
And for more fire safety tips and to find a fire station near you, visit our website, fox42kptm.com.
The FBI is back for the second time this week in an Omaha businessman's home. Last week, Gilbert Navarro and his wife were charged with possessing cocaine. That's after the FBI searched the couple's West Omaha home. Today, agents were back. The FBI would not say what agents were looking for during today's search. And the former Omaha state senator who used campaign money to gamble is fighting to save her law license. Brenda Council could have her license suspended or she could be disbarred. The Nebraska Supreme Court heard arguments today. A court-appointed referee recommends suspending her license for 1 year plus 2 years probation. Council was sentenced to criminal probation and fined.
A company wants to see Nebraska's smoking ban thrown out so that people cannot smoke anywhere indoors. Big John Billard's Pool Hall is asking the Nebraska Supreme Court to change how the state's smoking ban is written. Currently, people cannot smoke inside any businesses except for retail places that sell cigars. The hall says that allowing people to smoke in some places and not others is unfair, but cigar bar owners say changing this law will never happen because it would cause certain businesses to close.
There's exemptions to this law, like there's exemptions to hundreds of laws, and these exemptions make sense. A cigar shop is not a pool hall. Smoking is not something that has to be done while you're playing pool, but smoking a cigar has to be done while you're in a cigar shop. It's just they go hand in hand, and tobacco shops as well.
And as for the negative effects of secondhand smoke, health professionals say people exposed to it are just as likely to develop smoking-related health issues as a person who directly smokes.
For instance, a person who's working 8 hours in a place that allows smoking indoors, they get the same amount of carbon monoxide as a person smoking 36 cigarettes in that 8-hour time period. And that's just carbon monoxide. That's not everything else.
But she added that places where smoking is allowed should not be compared to places where it is not. She said because in a place such as a cigar bar, a person is choosing to be around smoke.
If you enjoyed the weather today, well, you'll like tomorrow as well. And according to Chief Meteorologist Kevin Raymer, who joins us now, our next round of thunderstorms should hold off at least until Friday. So make the best of tomorrow, Kevin. All right, Kevin. Well, you may love tomorrow, but you won't love this. If you thought your iPhone or iPad couldn't be hacked, there's new proof tonight. You're wrong. Crooks have figured it out. They're now getting into people's iPhones and locking them up until they pay up some kind of ransom. Fox 42's Laura Berry uncovers the latest in cybercrime and what you can do to protect yourself.
Have an iPad or Fox 42 News.
Fox 42 spoke with an Apple representative earlier today who said the breach did not originate with Apple, stating, quote, Apple takes security very seriously and iCloud was not compromised during this incident. Users are urged to change their Apple passwords and contact AppleCare with any additional concerns. About half of all Americans have been hacked. That's just in the last year, Ashley. And one study says hackers managed to get personal information from about 1 million Americans. Imagine that, who've been hacked.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I think all of us at some point or another have had something happen to us of that nature.
Sure. Who hasn't been hacked these days? It's just more worrisome. We're still to come, more fallout for the Veterans Affairs Department. That's after a preliminary report says more than 1,000 vets were simply forgotten.
And some are saying the only way to fix it is to give veterans vouchers for private insurance. We'll take a look at what that would cost.
Plus, a popular coffee bar downtown is losing a big piece of its signature draw. Why the Howling Hounds coffee bar is losing all its four-legged friends.
But first, changes are coming to Omaha Public Schools' sex education program. We'll tell you what could be coming to the school districts for the first time in 20 years.
Do you think your child is getting up-to-date sex education in school? Some parents don't.
In fact, some staff in the Omaha Public School District don't think so either. And OPS plans to update its curriculum soon. Fox 42's Frankie Thompson tells us why that has some religious leaders nervous.
Fox 42 News.
OPS sex education is taught at the elementary, middle, and high school levels. OPS plans to start the updated courses for the 2015-16 school year. Now, these classes are not required, but OPS says it is part of regular curriculum. Students can opt out of the class with the parents' permission at any grade level.
Did VA clinics doctor documents to hide long wait times for this country's heroes? That's exactly what a new Inspector General's report seemed to find. 3 people from the VA clinic in Phoenix were sworn in on Capitol Hill today, where lawmakers grilled them over the way veterans are treated at the clinic that sparked the whole investigation. A report from the Inspector General's office today found up to 1,700 veterans were ignored by the clinic, not on any waiting list, and were stuck in limbo for medical care. And the report says investigators did find multiple unofficial waiting lists. This has some now calling for a complete overhaul. But as Fox 42's national correspondent Christine Frizzell tells us, others think vouchers for veterans will get former soldiers more immediate care.
For 33-year-old Brian Mapp, I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
The report said even this preliminary investigation has found some serious conditions at this specific clinic, even saying that some 1,400 veterans are now on a formal waiting list but do not have an appointment scheduled.
The president is laying out his new foreign policy. Many are supportive of the plan, while just as many are criticizing it. Reporter Mary Mueller from Fox 42 News partner CNN explains what the president wants to change and why some say it's going to hurt the U.S.
Reporting.
The president is also asking Congress for $5 billion to go to counterterrorism. The money would be used to give resources for responding to emerging terrorist threats around the world.
Still to come, a local coffee shop is going at it with the county health department.
Why the department outlawed what it was doing and why the owner hopes to change the county's rules.
And hear why the only cure for one goat's case of the blues is a donkey.
Two teens are still shaken up after being caught inside a deli the night a man opened fire during a rampage in a California college town.
Yeah, and many of those bullets were flying in their direction. Now, the two are speaking out. Reporter Shirin Raji from Fox 42 News partner KEYT has their story of that terrifying night.
God started, I was right here.
Sophomore Christopher Martinez.
The two have been back to the store since that night. They said it was to pay respects to Chris Martinez, who lost his life that same night. As for now, and how they're doing, the high schoolers say they're taking everything one day at a time.
No dogs allowed. That's the Douglas County Health Department's order to a dog-friendly downtown coffee shop. Fox 42's Bill Steckis explains why the owner says this is a perfect time to talk about updating local rules.
Now, the owner got word early to news.
The board is also going to talk about changing the county's code at its next meeting. Sexter says if a change does not come from the meeting, he will encourage dog owners to sign a petition for more dog-friendly businesses.
The well-known poet and author Maya Angelou has died. One of her most famous books is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Angelou served in 2 presidential committees, was awarded the Presidential Medal for the Arts in 2000 and the Lincoln Medal in 2008. Angelou was also awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the U.S. Angelou was just the second person to recite a poem during an inauguration. She spoke at President Bill Clinton's first swearing in. Angelou had been battling health problems recently. Miss Angelou was a true Renaissance woman, having worked as a professional dancer, actress, composer, poet, educator, producer, filmmaker, playwright, civil rights activist, and author. She was 86 years old. And Maya Angelou had been scheduled to give a lecture at the Orpheum Theater on June 9th. Any tickets that were purchased will be refunded through Ticket Omaha.
Certainly a huge loss. Everybody talking about it on social media. In fact, she just tweeted several days ago about God's gift and listening to God. And do you wonder what was going on in her mind? And
so famous, so many fans.
Yeah.
Real lost.
But a nice, long life she did live.
She did. Well, a lonely goat is a prime example of why 3 Dog Night claimed 1 is the loneliest number.
Coming up, see why a donkey is able to cure it of a bad case of the blues.
And later, what one man found on a morning newscast that proves nothing is better than live TV.
Oh, what a nice day it was today.
And a stunner at the French Open Tennis Championships, where the top seed was sent to the sidelines today. An early exit for Serena Williams. Sports is next. Massachusetts courtroom about 2 more murders being pinned on former NFL player Aaron Hernandez.
Charging murder in the first degree.
Miami were leading in the 4th quarter by about 10.
All right.
Keep an eye on that one.
Still ahead on Fox 42 News at 9. People aren't the only ones who feel heartbreak.
We'll show you why a donkey was able to cure a depressed goat of his blues. This is a story of two best friends separated by a turn of bad luck.
But a turn of change and the help of some caring volunteers have reunited the two, and the video of the two's reunion has gone viral. Reporter Joe Vasquez from Fox 42 News partner KPIX shows us the video and just how touching the power of friendship can really be.
Just a couple of weeks ago.
Good for Mr. G.
Yeah, that does not surprise me. I totally believe that animals feel that, and obviously they do.
There's proof.
Well, still ahead tonight, find a bag of money in the middle of the street. What would you do?
We'll be right back with more after this. Tonight, a man is reaping the rewards of doing what's right.
It all started after he was working and found a bag with thousands of dollars in the middle of the street. Reporter Erica Cervantes from our sister station KMPH in Fresno explains why he gave it back despite the fact that he was broke.
Decided to do the right thing.
Cornell says there wasn't just cash in the bags, there were also checks. And now he's getting $5,000 from Brinks as a reward, as well as numerous other donations from strangers and the local sheriff's department.
And it's not just there. More people are still finding money throughout the San Francisco area. Last night, we told you about a mystery millionaire who had taken to Twitter to give clues to where people could find envelopes full of money in the city. Well, this morning, live on TV, one man, that one, found an envelope taped to a fire hydrant. Nearly $4,000 have been stashed around San Francisco. Good for him. He then tweets crafty clues on where to find the money. The hunt has sparked a citywide frenzy, and the person behind it says he does not plan on stopping soon.
That is very cool. And a lot of people that are finding that money are actually giving it away to other people.
That's so nice to see, like paying it forward, and then it's creating a lot of excitement, too. That is our newscast for tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Monty Torres.
And I'm Ashley Ritchie. We will see you tomorrow night. Good night.
Good night.